Natasha. Thanks for joining me. You will need a small ball and a Pilates magic circle or ring today. If you don't have either, you can make do with like a pillow, a small couch pillow, or just do the exercises without equipment. This is a Pilates / bar sculpt class, and we're gonna get started with a quick warm up and then get right into some standing leg series. Come down to the knees, work side body, and end on the back. Come into like a gentle first position, slight turnout, tuck the hips, pull the shoulders back and down, and the palms forward as if you were surrendering to this moment. Take a deep breath in, and a big sigh out. Do that again, big breath in, big sigh out. Let's stretch the arms over the head, and then take your wrist and just give it a gentle tug into a side bend. As you push the hips in opposition, you can firm those quads, tuck the tailbone, engage the glutes and the core, and switch. Inhale up, exhale, gentle lateral bend, lengthen the tailbone, firm those quads, pull the kneecaps upward, and release. Press down through water. See if you can reach your opposite elbow behind the back. We'll take a breath there and sigh it out. All right, go ahead and shake those hands out. Circle the shoulders. Internal rotation to external rotation. Really try and be mindful about pulling forward, up and back. Drop one ear to shoulder. Let it be heavy. Take your arm across to the other side of the shoulder and neck and just feel for any tension. See if you can give yourself a little massage here, and any tight spots should feel good. Pressing, taking a nice deep breath here. And then ear to other side, hand swings across, and just feel around for any tension knots. Pressing and massaging as the head hangs heavy with gravity. Nice big breath. Press as firm or gentle as you like, with any spots. And come on up. So let's take our hip circles. Knees internally and externally rotate. As you balance on one foot, maybe bring those arms out to help you wherever is helpful for you. 4 more here. 3, 2, we're gonna hold this one up. Good, and then sweep it, balancing internal, external. Pull the knee in, sweep the knee out. 3, 2, and 1. Core is on for balance. Switch through the core, and then start to swivel. In, out. Knee in, knee out. So the hip joint moves internally and then pulling out as far as you can. 3, 2, and 1. Let's stretch the hamstrings a little before we get into the work. Inhale up, exhale, halfway bend. Send the head forward, chest forward, tailbone back. You can bend the knees if you need to, or work them a little straighter. Pull the shoulders together in retraction, squeezing the shoulder blades and squeezing the triceps. Draw the belly towards the spine. We're gonna sit in a deep squat. Might not be this low, wherever you are is perfect. Just listen to your body. Halfway fold. So it might look more like a traditional squat, or if you have that deep flexion in the ankles and hips and it feels good, go for the low squat. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and sit. Bring one hand to the back of the head. The opposite shoulder or tricep is pressing on the inside of the knee for leverage to rotate into that thoracic twist. And we'll switch, hand behind head, tricep to inside of knee, push down and pull the elbow up. Breath in and out. And, all right, drop into a forward fold. Allow the head to be heavy, shake it out, yes and no. Imagining any tension dripping down the spine, the neck, and onto your mat. We don't need it today. Breath in and out. Pull the kneecaps up. You can kind of shift your toes and heels, fingertips and palms, bending the knees as much as you need. Spread those fingers, rock back 3. into the hands, into the feet, 2, into the hands, press into those fingers, and 1. Now ragdoll up. You can give your wrists a little shake here. We'll quickly stretch the fingers and the wrists by blinking like you're flicking off water. If you want, you can move, sway those hips, rock back and forth. Point and flex, point, flex, point, flex. 3, 2, 1. All right, shake them out. Remember, the Pilates breath is a forced exhale, so think of exhaling and gentle toning, corseting in the rib cage, wrapping up that belly. It feels like when you're laughing or puffing, you're tensed up. You want to use that breath. Go ahead and pick up your ball right away. We're going to put it in between the inner thighs. Pull your feet pretty close together. Bring your hands onto your hips and just start to squeeze the ball in with your adductors, inner thighs. Think thigh master. I want you to lengthen the tailbone, pull the belly up and in. So think belly button up as the hips ride forward. 4, 3, like you're trying to pop that ball. 2 and 1. Now elevate onto your tippy toes and let's go again. This one's much harder. We incorporate the balance, the calves, inner thighs, squeezing. 8, 7, small move. 4, 3, 2, 1, lower. Now see if you can touch down, squeeze up to the toes, into the heels, into the toes. Almost like you're gonna jump, but you releve instead. 4, 3, exhale, engage core. 2, and 1. Nice job. Swing it back into that chair squat from here. Again, those adduction pulses. Thigh master. 8, 7, 6, nice and deep. 4, 3, 2, last set. We're gonna elevate with that low squat and pulse. 8, you can add the arms here. 7, 6, 4, 3, shake in. 2, 1, hold, isometric hold, bring your palms to touch, and release. Take your ball out and set it on the floor. Ragdoll yourself up, stacking the vertebrae. Now, we're gonna bring our heels on the ball. You'll be in a really lifted releve position, like you're wearing super high heels. Now the knees are gonna widen, like you're hitting a diamond. Widen the knees, lengthen the tailbone. Squeeze your inner thighs as you rise. Option for arms, we can go forward and back, forward and open, knees wide, squeeze inner thighs. Pull that belly in, exhale to rise. 4, 3, 2, and we get to stay down on 1. Holding here, pulse it. Again, anything you want to do that feels natural with the hands, they can touch, they can hold open, pulse it out. 4, 3, 2, now arms wide and hips side to side, feeling the little oblique crunch, bringing your hip towards your ribs. 8, 7, a little deeper in those legs. 4, 3, 2, 1, lift. Step off carefully and give your legs a little shake out. Whew, beautiful job. Let's swap out the ball for the magic circle. So you're gonna adjust it a little bit above the ankle bone, finding a comfortable place for you. We'll take a squat, elbows might touch knees here, and then a adduction balancing press. Squat, push in, squat, balance, squeeze. So adding that little pull, pulling those feet towards each other, activating core and inner thigh. Down and press, down and squeeze. 4, 3, 2, nice work. Balance here on 1. Stay. All right, hands to your hips and we'll just press it out. You can flex or point. We're just squeezing through the abdominals and through those inner thighs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Balance and hold. Start to move. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel that corseting action in the core. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Awesome job. Go ahead and bend yourself over, pick up that circle, and widen your stance to a wide goddess second plie. We're gonna just start to pulse here, and I want you to incorporate these little chest presses in the middle, like you're trying to squish that ring and touch the side handles towards each other. So lengthen the tailbone, keep prying those knees really wide, feel your biceps and your shoulders and your chest for 8, 7, 6, keep breathing, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you pop up one heel? Hold it here and then just squeeze and release. Hold it here, squeeze. 2 more like that. Pop it up, press, put tension, make it hard for yourself. Other heel, press, and squeeze. Nice job. Now stay as deep as you can, and we're gonna tap our elbow, squeeze in the middle, elbow to thigh, squeeze, tap, squeeze, tap. All right, so up to you how hard you're gonna work. If you feel like you can lateral bend a little further, maybe that elbow starts to slide in front of the thigh. 8, 7, 6, keep it going. We have 4 more. Dip it and press it, and 3. Woo, feeling those inner thighs, 2, and 1, hold it here. Again, tension, widen, get low and deep, and then we'll come out of those legs. Give them a little shake, you're doing awesome. We're gonna take the top handle in our hand and the other handle into a comfortable part, maybe right above the hip bone. Take a moment here. We're gonna take it into a balance. So you're gonna press using your biceps, pushing in, 4, 3, feel your shoulder and bicep, 2, 1, balance, kick, pull it in and down, 4, 3, 2, knee, extension, squeeze, pull it in, again, 4, 3, 2, 1, balance, and swing, good, and last one, 4, 3, 2, 1, passe, and extend, nice job. Take it down, and then lateral bend again, like you're reaching your ring to your pinky toe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's just switch sides, starting by finding that comfortable place. Soften the elbow and press and press. Feel your bicep working, feel your deltoid, your shoulder, and just make it work. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. All right, so we'll start the little series of 4, 3, 2, balancing, passe. Go, 4, 3, 2, 1, knee, and then extend the foot out. Using your quad, hip flexor, and core, 4 pulses here, and then balance, squeeze quad. Bring it down, 4, 3, 2, 1, balance, squeeze, high as you can lift. Take it down, 4, 3, last set, 2, 1, balance, passe, and forward kick. Good, bring it down, slide that ring down the side body, and imagine you're trying to just touch down into that pinky toe, really crunching into that side and using the other side to retract your weight back up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both hands grab again. We're gonna take some curtsies. And again, option, you can squeeze and add the chest and bicep to that curtsy. Bring your toes diagonal back, and you can step across, or maybe you start to give me a little leap across like a skater. Give me a few more. Hang in there, engage that core, send the hips back to stay here on 1. Awesome. Bring your ring to the floor so you'll be in a forward folding hinge with your hips back and your toes in a wide fourth position. So we're gonna just start to press and pulse. 8, 7, 6, you got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, now side tap, back tap, side tap, back tap, side tap. Keep the core active. Try and hold that balance, not trusting too much weight in the hands at all. Back. Bend the knee so you're feeling it in that standing supporting leg. Tap One more set. Tap and back. Good, now hold it back. Grab the handles. We're gonna balance in a warrior 3 balancing stick position. Flex or point, hold on for support, and then just start softening the standing knee and squeezing your glutes. 8, small movement, arabesque. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. I get to cheat so I can put my foot back on the wall. If you don't have a wall, even better. Slide it over and press it down. Find your wide 4th position. Your legs are kind of at a diagonal. And then start to pulse here. So you're in a pretty deep forward hinge. If you can't quite reach the floor, that's okay. Just pulse your curtsy wherever it is. 8, 7, 6, 4, and 3. Pull the belly in, 2, and 1. Now side, tap, back, tap, side. Again, so you might be hovering. That's okay too. Or you're down on the ground, pressing down a little bit. 4 more. Out, lateral, and back. Take it out. 3, back, and 2. We breathe in when we're holding that core tight, right? And 1. Stay here. Grab the handles. Put a little engagement in there. It'll help you with balance. Shift forward. Think of warrior 3, balancing stick, and then start these little glute squeezes. Soften that supporting knee and squeeze that booty for 8, 7, belly, and 6, 5, tension in the arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. The last thing we'll do here is some twisting lunges. Again, grabbing the handles with a wide stance. We're just gonna go lateral, bringing your knee and your toe with you, and squeeze. Center, turn. Wide second, lunge. Make sure your knees and toes and heels all track one direction, that same way. And center, and here comes the change. Instead of pulling that ring in front, we're gonna pull the ring to the back hip. Oh, and it took me down. And twist. More core for balance. And center. If your arms are getting tired, you can skip that. Squeeze in the middle and squeeze at the back. Up to you. Let's go. We have 4 more. And rotate. Wide second and rotate. Stand, twist, last one, stand and twist. All right, we're gonna go all the way over and stay. Pulse and squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way around. Spin, squeeze. 8, 7, hover that back knee, squeeze the belly towards the spine. 3, 2, 1. We did it. All right, connect to the breath. Try and slow it down, probably elevated. And then we're gonna bring our ball in between our legs, come to the back of the mat so you have space in front of you to start to get on the hands. Breath in and out. Tuck the chin, head heavy. Keep going, ragdoll. When you can touch the ground, even if you need to bend the knees, start to plank walk. Hold your plank, spread your fingers, push the shoulders down, lengthen the tailbone so you're tucking and squeezing belly and shoulders. We're gonna start with some shoulder taps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now try to stack one foot over the other or even maybe beyond. 3, roll that ball, squeeze. 2, 1, nice job. Walk it back. Ragdoll it up. Let's add on to that series. You can always give your wrists a counter stretch or some little shakes at the top. Tuck the chin, ragdoll. Walk to plank. Shoulder taps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stack legs. 4, roll. 3, 2, 1. Push up. Down, down, up, up. Elbows either by the ribs or 45 degrees out. 2 more. Down, down, up, up, down, down. You did it. Walk it back. Counter stretch on those wrists. Flip the palms, bend the knees, drop the head heavy, and shake as you roll up to stacked position. Last one, this one will stay down. tuck the chin, roll down, walk it out, hold it here. 4, 3, little change, 2, stay here on 1, turn and dip the hip, elevate that top foot, come back, switch, hold, turn, drop the hips, the top foot just kind of lifts and comes back. 2 more like that, stack, turn and sit. Keep that ball in between the legs by using the inner thighs. 1 arm plank, side plank, lift as you sit and come on back. Bring the knees down, stretch back into child's pose. You can have that ball right at your chest. You can drape your head over the ball. Big breath into the back body. Again, if you need to stretch anything, counter stretch on the wrists, maybe some fists down. If your hands, wrists start to bother you, make sure you're checking in with the form of your hands. You want to spread the hands wide. You want to grip down into each fingertip, possibly even bending the knuckles back. So you're really pressing, that fires up the forearm and really releases a lot of the tension that goes directly into the wrists, along with keeping your body lifted away from your hands by pushing your shoulders down and engaging the core so you're light on those hands. All right, all fours. We're gonna start an all 4 series. Actually, let's do a quick set of push-ups first. Take the ball, hopefully it won't roll away, right under your chest. Curl your knees back behind your hips, and we're just gonna tap and press, tap and press. You might smush and press away, almost like you're bouncing off of it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, kind of fun. Send it back and then into your tabletop. Maybe some quick cat-cow movements, barrel circles, swiveling to the right, swiveling to the left. All right, taking the ball behind your right knee. So if you're wearing shorts, it kind of sticks in there a little bit better. With pants, you got to work a little harder so it doesn't slip out. Just a little tip there. So squeeze it in, spread those fingers, press down into the fingertips. We're going to start with donkey extension, toes to sky, and then pull the knee into the chest, dome the shoulders and back like you mean it. Extend toes up, squeeze butt, hamstrings, squeeze in, activate the hip flexor, the core, good, the shoulders. Lift, donkey, squeeze to tuck. Give me 1 more. Lift, almost like this subtle cat cow here and then cat here. Come into neutral, tuck your toes of the left toes. All right, so donkey. This time when we pull the knee in, we're gonna hover the bottom knee. You can look at it, try to keep it pretty low. Lift, donkey, hovering tuck. Donkey, nice and slow and controlled. Tuck, 1 more time, donkey, and tuck. All right, next one. We're gonna take the tuck and then lift the hips to a down dog, straightening the left leg. So we have tuck, nose to knee, knee down, donkey extension. Tuck, push the shoulders down, nose to knee, chin to knee, whatever you can get to. Donkey, 2 more, squeeze and tuck. Lower softly on the knee and lift. Squeeze and tuck, and land and extend. How'd you do? Lower down. Again, little counter stretch on the wrists. Maybe you take the fingers backwards. Same side, take your right hand forward, lower onto the left elbow, wrap your left hand around your right wrist. Gives you more space to move through laterally and a little bit of rest on the hands. All right, push down through the shoulders, fire hydrant, open, close. Wide knee, outside hip. So try and stay in one line here. 4, feel that outer thigh and hip. 3, 2, and 1. Now hold it, tap your shoulder. Think of a half moon, stacked hips shape. Tap your shoulder, push away. Press into those right fingers, press down into that left elbow, and then move through your range. Can you actually touch your shoulder? That's a lot of compression. It might be more like your elbow, but go for the height. 2, and 1. Lower down And go ahead and remove that ball. You can sit on the ball here. Give your wrists a little shake. All right, in between, before we go to the other side, we'll do a little set of hip tucks. This is really easy to cheat, or you can really burn out those quads by giving me a pelvic tilt. Think of pulling your ribs up to, your hips up towards your ribs. So tuck and hover, tuck and hover. Let's pull those palms up and back, up. You might even pick the ball up with you, or you're just gonna hover above it, but we don't wanna get too far from the ball. Here's 4, use the quads, 3, tilt until you feel everything in the quads, 2, 1, now hold this one up, use the quads to take you all the way up. And then left hamstring hugs. So we're placing the ball at the back of the knee and you're hugging in using your hamstring. Spread your fingers. Find your nice strong tabletop neutral spine. Start to kick the toes up. Send the heart and gaze forward. And then tuck, pushing the shoulders down, rounding the spine. Find that range of motion where you're really working hard here, even though it's a pretty small move. Looks pretty simple, but you can make this very challenging if you're engaging enough. Use that breath to exhale and tuck. One more, up and tuck. All right, now tuck the toes under on the right toes. Start to lift. When we tuck, we start to hover. Donkey, tuck, knee hovers. Push the shoulders down. Feel that deep core as you tuck tightly. Couple more here. Push down, spread into those fingers. Donkey, hovering knee. This time, we tuck and we lift the right knee straight like a down dog tuck, nose to knee, and then land and extend toes up. Tuck and push. Make sure your hamstring is curling and activating heel to butt so you don't lose the ball. And squeeze. 2 more. Tuck, heel towards butt, toes towards sky, knee to nose, toes to sky. Oh, lower both knees, release the toes. Bring your right wrist, your right hand on your left wrist as you drop to your right elbow. Moving lateral, knee out to the side and close. Open, keep that hamstring actively hugging the ball in. Open and exhale. 4, press into that elbow. 3, shoulders pushing down. 2, and 1. This one will stay up and hug knee to shoulder, half moon stack hips. Knee to shoulder and back. Crunch, feel those obliques. As you crunch the knee up to the shoulder, can you tap it there and swing it back? 3, 2, 1, and find your shape. Stack your hips, reach back and release. Bring the ball in between your heels and sit back on it. Awesome. I'm gonna face forward here. You can actually turn your body so we have the long way of the mat to do some side laying work. So go ahead and check in. You can roll those shoulders, circle the neck, shake out those wrists. Breath in, breath out. One more set of those, the resting hips. We're gonna swing palms up and back. I want you to feel like this is an abdominal crunch and a quad burner. Squeeze, that's what we're going for. 4. Again, maybe you're picking up your ball. If you have shorts on, it might start sticking to your legs. 2 and 1. Now hover, tuck. Can the quads bring you up? It's hard if you're doing it right. And lift. Go ahead and grab that ball. We'll extend your right leg out and take the ball into your left hand. Lateral bend over towards the left. And of course, we're not going to trust the ball that much because it's unstable. So we're using our core for balance. Take it over. And as you take it into the fold, can you tuck the pelvis like you're doing a little crunch there in the hips and the belly? Tuck and squeeze. and lift. Now the ball is going to rotate towards the other toes. You're sending the hips back, hinging into the fold, and exhale one more like that. This time we're going to keep the ball there by the toes and start to pulse and twist and extend out, in, out, small move. Feel that waistline, feel the core. 3, little breath, 2, and 1. Cartwheel it all the way back and down. This time you'll want to push the ball a few more inches away from the body so you can start to lean. Again, we're not trusting the ball too much. We're mostly balancing on the knee. If you have sensitive knees, pad that knee up with an extra blanket, towel, maybe rolling your mat up. We're on abduction, outer thigh. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the leg up. Can we make little circles like the size of a tennis ball? Forward, and then reverse. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bring that foot down. Go ahead and set the ball down. We're going to swing the back heel forward and sit behind it. So now your foot is on your inner thigh. Your left hand swings out. So this is a little mermaid. We're going to take our right hand, sweep it over the head, and then press onto the toes and the knee. Sweep the hips back. So the foot's however it feels comfortable. You can roll the toes forward. You might even elevate and just leave the toe on the ground. See what feels good. Swivel, it's a nice stretch. But we're also working the shoulder by pushing down, lifting the hips and the core. Lift. 3, little change coming. 2, press into those fingers, into the shoulder, and 1. So here's the change. We're gonna bring the hips up, and then both hands come down. Pull the knees together and pull your hips to the right. Hands are over to the left. Back where you started, swing it down. Does that make sense? We're gonna lift, swing your hips to the right, bring your knees together, almost like a twisting child's pose, and then up and back to your seated. Up, hips up, hands down, knees meet, hips go away from the hands. 2 more, make it nice and fluid and graceful. Knees meet, you slide the knees together, you pull the hips away from the hands. 1 more time, lift, shoulder down, and sit. Come back and release. Give that wrist a little love. Counter stretch. Moving into the same side, but we're going to take our magic circle, find a comfortable place inside the ankles, maybe above the ankle bone, and we're going to come all the way down into stacked hip side lay. If you need a forearm pillow, bend the elbow and rest your head on your forearm. That gives you a nice neutral spine and neck. You could come up here if that doesn't bother your neck. It's a little bit more out of alignment, but it's up to you if it's comfortable. Start to push down, down, down. So the hardest part here is going to be keeping that magic circle in place. Use your inner thighs, your quads, good, your core, and little pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, top hand is going to go down for support. We're going to lift the legs and then press it down. Legs up and squeeze down. Legs up, top leg press down. Squeeze, hips up, leg down, up and down. 2 more, up and down. Give me 1 more. Leg lift, press down. Now hold the legs up and try to tuck, keeping that circle where it is. Maybe tapping your knee into that top arm. Extend and lower. All right, making your way up to your forearm, and we're going to change our feet to the inside of the circle. Both hands will come down as you push the hips forward. Squeeze your booty, and then try to swing your hips 45 degrees and your legs go as high as you can get them. Stack and lift. Good. Stack hips. Your hands can come down, and then you can push away, lift the hips up, lift those legs as high as you can. You can also try this from full side laying position, and maybe you try to touch your knee to your elbow. So try a couple of each. And 2 more, hip stack, sweep legs up, woo, hip stack, squeeze legs up, awesome. Take your legs out, crawl your way up, and we're switching sides. Go ahead and come all the way back onto the knees, and you'll need your ball for this one. Extend out your left leg, and we're moving over to the right on this side. Lift up nice and tall, start to lateral bend, press down, head can fall heavy, and sweep it up. Side to side, lift lower, tuck the hips forward, pelvis kind of tilts as you engage the core, glutes, and take it over, dip it, stretch, and lift. Now twisting across and pulling up. Take a few of those, turn, twist. Remember, it's a hip hinge, so you're sending the hips back and the chest forward to rotate. Takes a little bit of the flexibility out of it and more work. Okay, take it over and stay. Arm can start to reach back and pulse. You can bend that knee if you need to and start to just pull back and forth. 4, 3, 2, strong core, 1. Go ahead and swing it back and down. This time pulling the ball a little further from the body so we can start to abduct, outer thigh, legs lift. You can take that top arm wherever it feels comfortable for you, upper on the hip, squeeze outer thigh. 4, not too much weight in that hand. 3, 2, 1. Let's keep that leg up and start to make that tennis ball size circle backwards and forward. 3, 2, 1. Take it down and lift it up. Go ahead and set that ball away. Swing your heel forward, sit down. Taking your right hand about 6 inches away from the body. It might even be slightly behind the hip. Play around with what works for you. We're starting our mermaid, reaching for your fingers towards your toes, and then hips forward, coming onto the knee, maybe the toes, and you can rotate your toes forward to step on the foot as you come onto the knee. Lift, find your full range of motion, feel that strong bottom shoulder, that right shoulder, your core pulls you up. 4, 3, maybe start to lift onto the toes for higher lift. I almost took myself over. 2 and 1. All right, adding on to this, coming into that tucked, twisting child's pose. So we'll lift, swing the knees together and pull your hips away. And then come out and down. Lift the hips, pull the knees to meet, shift your hips to the left. Come back through. Try and make this really fluid and graceful. Hips up, knees meet, hips away. Up and down. Hips up, knees tuck in, hips pull in opposition of the hands. 2 more. Up and pull. Lift and sit. Last one. Take it up and pull and up and sit. All right, our magic circle, and we're done with the side laying. Try to wedge it in between the ankles and then make your way down. Forearm pillow, probably the best option here. Top hand can be there for support. Make sure you're stacking through the hips. Start to just squeeze your inner thighs, pressing down on that circle with the top leg. 8, 7, toning the core as you push, and little breath. Now, legs up, down, foot down, up, legs up, down. Really feeling that waistline to lift, obliques and down. Squeeze up, press down, squeeze up, press down pretty hard. Do the best you can. 4, lift and press. Top strong tricep, shoulder. Press into those fingers for support. 2 and 1. All right, can we hold both legs up? Siren going off. Tuck your knees in and extend out. Awesome, stack your hips, release. All right, maneuvering your feet inside. We got this. Of course, you can use your hands if you need it. Awesome. Come up onto the forearms. So we're gonna start to pull those legs up and stack your hips, forearm away from ear. Squeeze butt forward, squeeze up, stack, hips forward, butt active, lift, swing your heart up. So you're coming into stacked hip and then hips about 45 degrees at a diagonal. 4, I'm gonna have us try this inside laying as well. 3, exhale and stack. 2, exhale and stack. 1, trying this all the way down. Again, that top hand can be there for support when you stack, and then you try to lift. Maybe you pull your knees to your elbow into a really deep fold compression there. See what you got. And stack. It's quite challenging to lift those legs and pull. Do the best you can for 4. You can always take a break. 3, you can always hit pause and get water. 2, and stack and pull those legs up. Can you tap your knees to your elbow and release? Go ahead and keep the circle. Press your feet into the circle. Sit on your sit bones. Lift your chest and shoulders, pull back and down. We're gonna start to pull the feet up. You wanna press tension in the circle. Of course, you could do this without the circle as well. Kind of really helps with your posture though. Go ahead and continue to press, and if you have that range of motion, to pull up to a high V and maybe bend those elbows out to the side. We're gonna roll it down, straighten the elbows, come down into the low back. Let that low back hit, and then again, just depending on your hamstrings, we're gonna pull the feet towards your head. Push forward. Now tuck the chin, the shoulder blades come off the mat. You push into your circle to help you up, and then you lift. So it's harder than it looks, but once you kind of figure out where your body needs to be, rolling down, pull the toes towards your face. Good. So you want to pull your head and shoulders off first, and then start to really press into the feet, transferring the weight forward. So it's really easy to then lift. High V, low V, fold. Good. Bring it forward and sweep it up. This time we'll stay down, keeping your shoulders off the mat. Can we start to drop and pull? Leg lower and lift. Maybe start to add a stretch. So we're gonna pull the toes towards the head and the other leg long in front of you. Shoulder blades off the mat unless you need a break on that neck. 4 more. Stretch it apart. 3, switching feet. Exhale, bend the elbows, a little upper body work happening. 2 and 1. Both feet in, roll up, high V. All right, grab both handles. We're gonna try to compress, tuck the feet through for your high V, pull through, and then low V, low boat. You can press your circle into your thighs. 4, in and out. You need that nice compression. If you need more space, you can cheat by bringing just fingertips on. You get a few more, maybe 2 more inches if your fingers are long, or try it grabbing the handles, make it hard. And good. Let's come on to our back. And again, I'm gonna turn so the sun's on my face. Our feet are inside. You're gonna drop one leg, and then adding momentum, rolling like a ball. Swing, balance. Try not to let that foot slam down. It's going to want to. You're going to use your core to find that holding balance at the top. 2 more, exhale and freeze. Use the breath to engage the core, stay here. Top leg floats up, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, roll down with control. Both feet in and down. Stretch, lift, momentum, rock, and roll balance. 4. Swing back, round the spine so you're not bouncing on the vertebrae. Make it feel good. Exhale, engage that core to stop momentum. Stay here on 1. Toe taps up, down, 4, 3, exhale, 2, and 1. Nice job. Both feet in, straighten the arms, take it down your spine. Beautiful. Take your handle behind your head and pull your knees to 90. We're gonna lift our shoulder blades off the mat and then tap. Ooh, try and find a nice, mine slid off. Make sure your head's right in that comfortable part of the handle, and we'll just tuck and extend for 4. We're not pulling on the head, so only go to where it feels good. 2 and 1. Now inner outer thighs, squeeze, lift the shoulders. Thigh master, diamond. 4, 3, 2, crisscross, elbow to opposite knee. 8. Stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay. Can we straighten? Stay here. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay here on that other side. Elbow to knee, pull and release. That was awesome. Wash those knees from side to side. We are almost done, I promise. We're gonna finish up with the ball. Go ahead and grab your ball and step on it. We have a quick bridge series and some side legs, and we'll call it a day. Start to tuck the pelvis and peel into your bridge. This is quite challenging with an unstable ball, so if you need to do it without, no problem. Roll down the vertebrae, straighten legs, bend, roll up, bridge, squeeze booty, squeeze inner thighs. Press away, hands down, feet down, squeeze it up. See if you can articulate the roll. So rolling off, rolling down. Stay up, extend feet. It could be a small in and out action, out in, or it could be full range, out and in. 4, out in 3, out in 2, out in 1. Roll down, pick up the ball in your feet. Hands out. We have our leg drops. 4, side of the hip. 3, hands and shoulders down. 2, straight strong legs. 1, unless you need to modify, you can bend the knees. Now bring your feet over, hop onto your forearm, touch the ball. Bring your feet over, forearm, toe tap. Legs over as low as you'd like. Forearm toe tap. Legs over and tap. How did we do? Bring the ball into your hands, bring your feet down, wash those knees side to side. Take a big breath in and a big sigh out. Walk your feet wide, cave your knees in. You can set that ball aside. Lift your shoulders and head and come into some stillness. Take some breaths here. Relax the muscles in the face, forehead, eyebrows, jaw, and tongue. And just allow the body to soften after all that activation. Of course, in my head, I have more things I want to do, but I'm going to end it here. I have lots of shorter Pilates ball classes if you do want more. Otherwise, bring your hands, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Extend those legs long. A deep cleansing breath. Big sigh out. Stretch your fingers into an X. Pull your ribs away from your hips. Got a nice big dog here. And then give yourself a nice big hug. Nose to knee. You can massage the back here. Take your time. If you'd like to stretch longer, feel free. Otherwise, rock yourself up to seated. Quick cat-cow, chest forward, chest back, heart through. and round, widen the feet. Can you bring yourself into Yogi Squat Valasana? Shoulders back, heart forward, and lift all the way up. Cactus back bend. Forward bow flush. Cactus back bend. And bow. Bend the knees one more time. And release. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave a comment, let me know how it went, and I'll see you on the next one.